All right, welcome back to today's episode of YYC Business Speaks. Today we have Kate.Rhodes, and she's going to tell us all about her business. Hi, Kate.
Hey,
How we doing?
doing great. Thanks. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for asking. So tell me a bit about your business.
I am a branding photographer. So I look at people's brand and translate that into consistent images for their social media marketing.
Okay, when you say consistent images, like what does that mean?
Consistent in like style and the look of an image. So like light and airy, dark and moody, vibrant and colorful, kind of muted, dreamy.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So when you do that for a business owner, how does that help them?
It gives them a look that they're known for, so people can instantly recognize them as instantly recognize their images as them, and also it helps them just kind of pop through on like the Instagram feed. You know, if the image is eye-catching, it just screams out.
Right. Okay, cool. How long have you been in business?
I've been a photographer for almost 13 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So now I'm curious. So what had you go the direction of branding specifically?
Um, it just kind of happened. I started off as a wedding photographer and I found that to be awful. I love weddings, but it was a lot of pressure to get it right, and to meet people's expectations in such a short period of time. And also it's like all weekends every summer, and then I just was losing my summers, and I've got small children, so yeah. So then I just kind of I fell into line with some graphic designers, and they were wanting me to do brand images for people's websites, and I absolutely loved it because there was so much variety. I was getting to help people grow their businesses, like find out what they were doing, spread the word kind of thing. So yeah, I just followed my heart.
That's cool. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think you're the first like brand specific photographer I've met. So that's really cool to know that people like you exist. Who's your best customer? What kind of customers do you serve?
Um, it's the anybody who's involved in the evolution of humanity are my favorite customers. Like people who really have a mission in the world, something they're out to accomplish, something that's bigger than themselves. And it's often like yoga teachers, nutritionists, coaches. Yeah, that kind of genre.
Right. Is that something that you kind of naturally fell into, or is that a direction that you chose to go down?
I chose that direction because that's what I'm into. Like, I'm really all about the evolution of humanity, and looking at what it is to be human and transforming that, having people live their best lives, and doing whatever I can to empower people in their personal mission. And if it kind of serves the greater good, then I'm all about it.
Right. Yeah, that is so cool. Very cool. What's been the greatest impact the pandemic has had on your business?
Oh man. Well, it really got me to innovate, and I got present to the fact that the future really is not certain, and just to go with it, like be guided by my intuition, follow the like the little trails to see what happens, and so that was the biggest thing. And obviously, like at the start of the pandemic, I didn't work for months because I was homeschooling my children, and people weren't wanting photo shoots.
Right. So then what are one or two things that you've done that have made a difference?
The one thing that I've done, well, this is pretty much the only thing that I've done, is that I created a lockdown offer for people because I recognized that everybody was perhaps hard up and couldn't afford a photo shoot, but still needed to brand themselves online to get business. So I adjusted my rates from like a standard hourly to a sliding scale, pay what you can.
Mm-hmm. And that works out pretty well for you then, or like
Oh man, it's
how
been
does that make a difference?
amazing. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I've had so many people, so many new clients because of it, and everybody's stoked because they maybe wouldn't normally be able to afford it, or especially now they can't afford it, but they still are getting to market their business online.
Right. Okay, I'm going to throw in a bit of like a different question here. So you have the photography skills to help them with their branding, and then when they have their branding out there, do you know like a typical ROI, or like what do they see as a return, or like how many customers do they generate as a
I don't
result?
have any figures.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I was just super curious, like if you've gotten feedback or anything from your clients.
It could be like something I could look at, because it would be interesting to see what the difference actually makes in hard reality. I do know one client I have who's an artist. She credits like her business entirely to my photography. So she just posts like multiple times a day with all of my photos, and she's just like, a long-term client, so she thinks it's amazing. So
Right.
but nothing in hard fact.
Right. Okay, so I'm seeing like one of the benefits of getting the photography with you is it gives the business owners some content to use and to be able to use it longer term, and like strategize, I guess, what their campaigns around that.
Yeah, absolutely. What I try to do in a shoot is I'll take like headshots, photos of them, and then I'll kind of do more stock related images. So, if it's like a yoga instructor, I do kind of the yoga mat, or maybe like their mala beads. And so just kind of more generic stuff to give them, maybe like a month or 2 months or 3 months worth of content, so they don't have to like think too hard about it.
Right. Yeah, that's always valuable, actually,
yeah.
especially if they're like blogging or on social media doing the Instagram thing.
Yeah.
Super useful. Okay, cool. It's been said that smart people learn from their mistakes, but wise people learn from the mistakes of others. So what's one or two mistakes that you've made along the way that other business owners can learn from?
Oh, mistakes that I've made along the way. Really not being clear on my own purpose and trying to be like a jack of all trades, or doing things for people that weren't really in line with my values or speciality, and doing them just because it's like work and I didn't want to turn it down. And then because my heart's not into it, or I wasn't maybe experienced, then I'd mess it up, and then that doesn't look great for me as a professional photographer, and dissatisfied clients. So yeah, like the biggest mistake for sure, like just not following my heart and being true to what I want to do.
Yeah. Okay.
The money.
So when you made the transition from like wedding photography to doing the branding, was it an easy transition, or like what showed up, or was it difficult?
Yeah, no, it was so natural. I was on Twitter all the time, so I just made friends with a bunch of graphic designers quite by accident, and so they were referring clients to me, and so it just happened naturally. So there was no plan.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Yeah, oftentimes I think when we end up falling into something like that, that's a little more of like your calling than anything else, or at least a direction to go, right? It's like, okay. And like if you're having fun and it's easy and it's in flow, sometimes that's a good telling sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, very cool. Where can people find you, Kate?
On Instagram, it's at the.kate.rhodes.
Okay.
I do have a website, but it's under construction, and it has been like that for about 5 years.
Under permanent construction until
I just don't want to do my website
until otherwise specified. Okay. Do you have a Facebook or a LinkedIn at all, or is it just
I do have a Facebook, Kate Rhodes Photography. LinkedIn, I just set that up the other day. So yeah, you could keep an eye out for that.
Okay, awesome. And is there anything you'd like to offer our viewers?
Oh man, really just follow your heart and find what's self-expression for you, and do that, because you spend so much of your time at work. You've got to enjoy it. Yeah,
definitely. Okay, we have one last question, Kate. What's most inspiring to you today?
Oh, inspiring. Oh, possibility is inspiring to me. Knowing that anything is possible and your limit is your imagination. Like that lights me up every single morning. Like, what am I going to create today? Like, what is possible? Who am I going to meet? What's going to happen? Like, it's all super exciting adventure.
Right. Okay, so when you woke up today, what was possible?
Oh, what was possible? Oh, transformation of relationships and really living as love.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
What difference does that make when you woke up as a possibility, like living as love, and then how did you see that in your life as you went through today?
Oh, in my interactions with people that I maybe wouldn't speak to normally, but I'd reach out to them, and there's been a couple of friends who've been struggling with things, and I'm like, oh, hey, like, how can I help you? Or, like, what can I do to like help your business grow today? And so stuff like that, just really offering myself as in service, because I love my friends. I love the people who I'm connected to. And yeah, so like that, just like really offering myself.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. So it's like you never know where that opportunity to serve is going to show up. And then you just
Mhm.
be like, hey, I can help you with that. Like, do you want
Yeah.
some help?
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay. So this is the end of our episode today. Is there any final comments or any final words that you'd like to leave with us?
No, but thank you so much for having me on.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks, Kate, for coming on and telling us a bit about branding photography. And there might be some opportunity to work together in the future as well.
Oh,
So
I'd
thanks
love
so
that.
much.
Thank you.
Bye, Kate.